Hello everyone, my name is Raisan and welcome back to my channel. And guys, today in this video I am going to show you guys how to find out which socket or which spanner or which Allen key you should use on a particular nut, bolt or Allen key bolt or whatever it is. Because I get many comments regarding this, guys. People keep on asking me which spanner should I buy, which socket should I buy for a particular bolt. Now you can find that out by yourself, and all of that I'm going to show you in this video, guys. And once you watch this video, you no longer will have to ask of which socket you will need for a particular bolt or nut or which screwdriver or which Allen key you will need to take out a Allen key bolt. So without any further ado, let's get the video started. Now guys, first we'll see what type of nut is there on this tire, and we'll see how to find out what type of socket will fit for this particular nut. So come close and we'll have a look. Now as you guys can see that there are nuts on this tire. Now what size socket I will need to take these nuts out, that we will see now. Now as you guys can see, this is my socket set. How many types of sockets are there inside of it, you guys can see that here. So I will take this 19mm socket and I will try to put it on this nut. As you guys can see, this socket is not fitting the nut. It is not going inside only. So this 19 number socket falls short for this nut. Then I will take another socket from here. Now because 19 number socket falls short, I will take a higher number than that. So here I have taken 21mm socket. Now when I put this 21mm socket on the nut, it fits perfectly. You guys can see that here. There is no movement of the socket also. So for this nut, 21mm socket is the socket to be used. But I will take another number higher socket and I will check what happens. So here I have taken 22mm socket. Now when I put this 22mm socket on this nut, it is very loose. As you guys can see, there is too much play. So if you use a 22mm socket to loosen this nut, then your nut can slip, guys. So never make a mistake like that. Now this socket is an anti-slip socket, as there are so many sides inside of this socket. As you guys can see, this is a high quality socket set from Taparia. So the 19mm socket doesn't go inside. The 21mm socket fits perfectly, and the 22mm socket has too much play in it. So like this, I found out which socket I should be using on this nut. So guys, I'm hoping that you have understood how you can now come to know which socket to use on a particular bolt. So this is how you figure out, guys, of which socket will fit on that particular nut or bolt. Now let's move on and let's see how you can find out which spanner you can use on a bolt or a nut. So guys, here I have a KTM with me, and on this KTM there are Allen key bolts, there are normal bolts, there are nuts. So we will see which spanner, which screwdriver and which Allen key to use to take out all of this, so that in the future you guys don't have to go anywhere asking which Allen key to buy or which Allen key you should be using to take out a particular bolt. So let's go close to the KTM. So guys, this is my KTM. Now for this bolt, which number spanner we will have to use, that we will see now. Now the technique that I'm showing you, you can use it on any motorcycle, any car or any vehicle, guys. This is not only for KTM or car tires. Now as you guys can see, there is a small bolt here. Now what type of spanner will fit on this bolt perfectly, that we will see now. Now here I have with me 14 number spanner. Now the 14 number spanner on this bolt is too big, guys, as you guys can see. So I will need a smaller spanner. So here I have got a 10 number spanner. Now the 10 number spanner is a universal spanner, guys, which is used most of the time, but that also is falling loose. Now on the other side of this 10 number spanner, there is a 8 number spanner. Now this 8 number spanner fits perfectly on this bolt. As you guys can see, I will show you a closer look. As you guys can see, the 8 number spanner fits perfectly on this bolt. So like this, your spanner should fit on the bolt, guys. If I put a 10 number spanner on this bolt, then you guys can see how loose it is fitting on the bolt. You should not use a loose spanner like this, otherwise your bolt can easily slip. Now there's one more bolt here, as you guys can see, and here I have 3 sockets with me. Now from these 3 sockets, which socket we can use on this bolt, that we will see now. So first we will put this 13 number socket on this bolt. Now the 13 number socket falls short, it is not going only inside, which means that this socket is not for this bolt. Then I have with me here 15 number socket. This socket, when I put on the bolt, then it is too loose on the bolt. As you guys can see, it is just rotating like that only. Then I have with me this 14 number socket. Now this 14 number socket, when I put it on this bolt, it fits perfectly. What this means is this bolt will need a 14 number socket to take it out. So here I have with me 14 number spanner. This 14 number spanner fits perfectly on this bolt. Now this is the bleeder valve, and on this bleeder valve, what number spanner we will need, that we will see now. So here I have with me 10 number spanner. Now this 10 number spanner is falling short, it is not going only inside, as you guys can see. Then I have with me this 12 number spanner. Now this 12 number spanner is too loose for this nut, as you guys can see. Now in between 10 and 12 comes the 11 number. So I will take a 11 number spanner and I will put on this valve. And as you guys can see, this fits perfectly on this valve. So like this you can find out what number spanner you should be using on a particular bolt or nut. Now as you guys can see, there is another nut here. Let's see which number spanner is the right spanner for this nut. So here I have with me 13 and 17 number spanner. First I will try the 13 number spanner on this nut, and as you guys can see, the 13 number spanner is falling short. It is not going inside only. Then here I have with me 14 number and 15 number spanner. I use this spanner a lot guys, that is the reason why it is become dark like this. Now this 14 number spanner fits perfectly on this nut guys. But on the other side, the 15 number, if I try it on this nut, then it fits loose on it, you guys can see. So you should not be using 15 number spanner on this nut, otherwise your nut can easily slip. But the 14 number spanner fits perfectly on this nut, as you guys can see. Like this you can make out that that particular spanner is made for that nut or bolt. Now as you guys can see, there is a screw here. Now let's see what type of screwdriver bit we can use on that screw. So what type of screwdriver bit that you should be using on a screw, that also I will show you in this video. And after the screw we will have a look at the Allen keys. So see that you keep watching the video and don't skip even a bit, otherwise you will miss important information guys. Now as you guys can see, I have two screwdriver bits with me. Now for this screw, which is the best screwdriver bit that we will see in this video. Now on this screwdriver bits also there are numbers guys. It is written in a very thin writing. I will show it to you further in this video, so keep watching. But without having a look at that number, how you can find out which is the right bit, that I will show you now. Now these are the two bits that I have with me here. Now if you look at the head of the screwdriver bits, one is slightly fat and one is narrow, as you guys can see. So first I will try to use the fat head bead. Now when you put this bead on the screw and when you try to rotate it with your hand like this, it rotates very easily, which is not a very good sign. If you use this type of bead on the screw, your screw will start to slip. And the narrow bit which I have, if I put it on the screw and when I try to rotate it with my fingers, this also is rotating very easily. It is slipping completely. This also if you try to use on the screw, that screw can easily slip guys. Then I have another screwdriver bit with me here. This screwdriver bit, when I put it inside of the screw, then it fits perfectly, as you guys can see. There is absolutely no gap on the sides as well. Like this, no gap should be visible on the sides guys. On that you can come to know that this particular screwdriver bit is perfect for this screw. Now on this screwdriver bits there are numbers written, as you guys can see. It is written on this ORVPH3, but I have never read these numbers guys. I only try my trick and on that I select which bead I should be using. So don't concentrate on what number bead you should be using, because you can find out like this which is the perfect bead for that particular screw. Now on this brake fluid reservoir there are two screws. Now which is the right bead for these screws, that I will show you now. On this you will come to know exactly what I am talking about guys. So here I have with me 4 screwdriver bits. I have 2 fat ones and I have 2 narrow ones with me. So first I will put the fat one here and I will show you guys. When I put this on the screw, then you guys can see it is not going inside only properly. Then I will put the other bead, which is also a fat head bead. That also is not going inside only properly. Then I have with me these 2 narrow beads. Both these beads are narrow guys. But let's see which is the right bead for this screw. This bead, when I put it here, you guys can see there is still gap on the sides. But when I put this bead on the screw, you guys can see how nicely it is fitting on the screw. There is absolutely no gaps on the sides. So this is how your bead should fit on the screw guys. I will give you a closer look of this guys, so that you guys can understand it properly. So these are my 2 narrow beads. Now the bead which is the narrowest, that if I put it on the screw, then you guys can see that there is still gap here. It is not fitting on the screw. The shape of the bead only is different guys. That is the reason why you cannot use this bead on the screw, even though when it is narrow. Now this bead is slightly a fatter bead and the shape of this bead is slightly different. Now this bead, when I put it on the screw, it fits perfectly. As you guys can see, there is absolutely no gap on the sides. Most of the time I use this bead guys. This is kind of a universal type of a bead which fits on most of the screws properly. Now on both these beads also there are numbers, but I have never seen those numbers guys, so don't worry much about them. Now guys, in the end, let's see the Allen keys. Nowadays you guys know that most of the bikes, scooters, they have Allen key bolts on them. Now on the side fairing of this KTM there is a Allen key bolt. You guys saw that already. Now what Allen key will fit on this bolt, that we will see now. This is my Allen key set. First of all, you should have a Allen key set like this with you guys. Don't go to buy a single Allen key at a time. See that you buy a set like this first only. Otherwise, because of one single Allen key, you will have to go in the market, buy that one single Allen key and come back home, which might not even work. Now as you guys can see on this Allen key set, on each Allen key hole there is a number written. So always make sure that you keep your Allen keys according to this number inside of this set. See that you don't mix it. Now the bolt which is there on the side fairing of the KTM, to take that out, I will take this 6 number Allen key first and I will try to put it inside of the bolt. But this Allen key is too fat guys. It is not going inside only, as you guys can see. So this Allen key is not for this bolt. Then I will take this 4 number Allen key. Now when I put this 4 number Allen key on this bolt, as you guys can see, this is too small for this bolt. It goes totally inside and it is rotating as well without taking the grip. So this Allen key also is not for this bolt. Then I will take the 5 number Allen key. Now this 5 number Allen key I use most of the time. That is the reason why the color of this Allen key is become like this. Now this Allen key, when I put it on the bolt, then how nicely it is fitting on the bolt, you guys can see that here. So this is the Allen key for this bolt. Now if this Allen key bolt slips, then you will be in trouble guys, because once it slips, it becomes very difficult to take that bolt out then. So while using a Allen key, you should keep in mind that you should push the Allen key inside as much as you can. If it is not gone inside properly and if you try to turn the Allen key like that only, then easily that bolt can slip. So before you turn the bolt, see that you make sure that you put the Allen key inside properly. Now as you guys can see, this is another Allen key bolt. Now this 5 number Allen key is not going inside of this bolt, which means that it is not for this bolt. Then I bought the 4 number Allen key and this Allen key goes inside of this bolt perfectly. So with this Allen key I can take this bolt out. So like this, very easily guys, you can come to know which Allen key or which spanner or which socket you should be using on a particular bolt, nut or a Allen key bolt. And now you don't have to ask the question of which spanner, which Allen key, which screwdriver that you should be using to take out a particular nut bolt or Allen key bolt. Because sometimes what happens is guys, my bolt in that location is of a different number, and in that same location your vehicle, the bolt which is there is of a different number, because maybe the mechanic changed it or maybe your vehicle came with that bolt. So when I tell you the socket number, you buy that socket from the market and you get it home, but it doesn't fit your bolt or nut because your bolt was changed by the mechanic, or maybe your vehicle came only with a different type of bolt. Like this also it can happen guys. Because of that, by making use of this trick, you can easily find out which nut require which spanner. So guys, I'm hoping that this video was useful to you, and I'm hoping that you have learned a lot in this video. So that's all in this video guys, and I will see you guys in my next video now. Till then, bye and take care.